Hello, everybody, and welcome to the grand finale of B-Movies Presents Cinema of Steel.
Now with 100% less red underpants. Yeah! Today we're going to be reviewing Zack Snyder's brand new Superman film, Man of Steel.
Beware of minor spoilers.
Man of Steel is a reboot of the Superman material. This time around, British actor Henry Cavill from The Tudors plays our boy in blue who must do battle with the military-minded Kryptonian General Zod, played by Michael Shannon, and elude detection by the world at large, especially from the plucky Lois Lane, now played by Amy Adams, who is hot on his heels.
In Man of Steel, much more focus is given to Superman's Kryptonian origins than in any of the previous films. This film's conflict stems from Superman's struggle between his alien and human natures.
Produced by Christopher Nolan, the man who made the last few Batman films so popular, Man of Steel's tone is more akin to The Dark Knight than it is to any of the previous Superman films, and special effort seems to have been made to make the film more franchise-ready and action-packed. Bibbs, what did you think of Man of Steel?
Now, if you remember, I wasn't a huge fan of the Richard Donner movies. Whitney called them big and large and epic. Zack Snyder's Man of Steel makes those movies look like Clerks. This movie is huge. Every scene looks like they're just trying to test out how big cinema can be. They're trying to test out the definition of the word awesome. This isn't awesome, it's awe-inspiring. I was just marveling at the screen at how enormous a film could be. The characters are very strong. I really identified with Clark Kent and Kal-El together. Their story is finally of one piece. Loved it. Lois Lane is really intelligent. Like, the first thing she does is solve the biggest problem of Lois Lane, which is, why can't she figure out who Superman is? This is why! She's great at this. She's really wonderful. Zod is really huge and epic, and he has an interesting motivation for a change. Everything about this movie kicked my ass. If it has any flaws, it has the same kind of flaws that, like, Batman Begins has, where a lot of the moments and scenes, if you think about them too hard, they don't make a lot of sense. Why did Zod need to bring Lois Lane onto that spaceship? There's no real reason she needs to be there. She's there because it's cooler if Lois Lane is there. I'm willing to forgive a lot of these minor flaws because the movie basically works.
Brown noser. Let me tell you what stinks about this movie. First of all, it's told out of chronological order, which is not an artistic flourish that adds or subtracts anything from the movie at large. We know the Superman story, we don't need it split up like that. Secondly, all of the characters, in general, don't really emerge as real characters. They feel like these vague ciphers of characters that we've known from earlier movies. We don't really get to know what Superman is or what he's fighting for, only that he's Kryptonian. There are some good things about the movie. The special effects are spectacular. The entire last act is nothing but a gigantic, spectacular, special effects-filled fight, which is great to look at. I also love the design of all the Kryptonian stuff, which is dirty and brown and different from the crystalline stuff we've seen in previous movies. But as a whole, the film just has no impact. It feels like it is at an impasse with itself. It can't choose to be dark or light, and hits the middle ground and is nothing.
This entire movie is about the contrast between the darkness and light, between morality and the sort of the conflict that stems from being at war. This is about what it takes to make him fight. This is what it takes to make him kill.
Superman should stand for good things. Things should be easy for Superman.
Why
I don't want to see him struggling. It's great storytelling when you're talking about Superman.
Challenge him, and that's what this movie does. It properly challenges him for the first time in a Superman movie, and that's why I loved it.
And hence reduces him to any other superhero. In that classical philosophical sense, he should be a Superman. He should be over everyone else. He should already have come to those conclusions.
He should also be a man, where he is like us, because if he is nothing like us, then his adventures and his successes will mean nothing to us. Because then he might as well be Super Raccoon. It doesn't matter.
The character is much stronger, I think, when he is an ideal to aspire to, rather than yet another angsty superhero character like all of the others. Agree to disagree?
I don't agree to that.
How would you rank this pretty okay movie?
Best Superman movie ever. The only Superman movie that I don't have any serious problems with. It's #1 with a bullet. Everything else is just way down on the list for me. There are movies I like, but Man of Steel is surprisingly the best.
This film is not even close to the top. The 1978 Superman film is still the best. In fact, I would put this pretty low on the list. Since it doesn't even feel like a real Superman film, I'm going to put it slightly below Superman Returns from 2006. That one at least felt like Superman, even though it was kind of boring.
Well, that's it for B Movies Presents Cinema of Steel. Thank you for watching. You can catch all the episodes on YouTube and at Crave Online. You can follow me and Whitney on Twitter. And you can listen to us every week at the B Movies Podcast. Subscribe on iTunes.
Bibbs, friends.
All right, I guess we do have to work together. Oh, why was I programmed to feel pain?